Good morning. I would first like to warmly welcome you all to this stakeholder engagement event for the National Economic Plan. Today we are very much in listening mode. I've always strongly believed in the value of listening to stakeholders, and I would urge you all to be as forthcoming and generous with your perspectives and contributions as possible. The Government's National Economic Plan will be all the richer for it. The National Economic Plan will describe our vision for the post-COVID future of our economy and society. The plan will set out where we want to get to post-crisis, the longer-term policy approaches to get us there, and the associated trade-offs we will face along the way. The plan will set the direction of travel for our economy, ensuring that the short-term responses to the pandemic and Brexit are consistent with our longer-term goals. The development of this plan provides us with an opportunity to take stock and reflect. Now more than ever, with the ongoing challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and Brexit, it can be difficult to see beyond the immediate challenges and to look ahead towards a very different future. It is critical that we get the balance right between managing the here and now on the one hand and longer-term strategic thinking on the other. This is particularly so in the context of the accelerating transition to a low-carbon and increasingly digital economy. But a future-proofed economy and a future-proofed society will not just fall into place. We need to provide a pathway and a sense of direction to get us there. As with all journeys, it is critical to consider the end point before you begin. Notwithstanding the current high levels of uncertainty, we need to begin thinking about where we want our economy and society to be in a post-COVID world. Only when we have a clear appreciation for where we want to get to can we tailor the joined-up policies and strategies to help steer us in that direction. The National Economic Plan is very much the starting point, and much of the heavy lifting will take place over the coming months and indeed years. An important consideration is how we make the journey more inclusive. Now more than ever, we need to provide a bridge for our people, not just to get through the immediate challenges we face, but to be resilient and equipped for the future. I am convinced that we must invest in our people and provide everyone from across all socioeconomic groups, abilities and regions with the skills, education and supports to ensure a decent and sustainable standard of living and quality of life. We also need to carefully consider the trade-offs between different policy approaches. Providing supports for workers and businesses through the pandemic and Brexit is critical and necessary, but they alone are not sufficient. We do not want to find ourselves in a position where businesses jump these hurdles and overcome the immediate challenges only to find that they are not positioned to adjust to the green and digital transition. The world is changing more rapidly than ever. Trends are accelerating that will have a real meaningful impact on how our economy will look in the future, particularly in areas such as the carbon transition, automation and digitalisation, and changes to global trade. Ireland is an open, outward-looking country. Much of our economic success to date is built on this foundation. In an increasingly inward-looking complex global economy, we need to reinforce more than ever the value of an open free trade approach to economic growth. I strongly believe that we must also build upon the strengths of our knowledge economy and focus on moving more people to high-quality productive sectors and jobs, fully prepared and equipped for the green and digital transitions. Investment in education, research and development is therefore an essential prerequisite for economic advancement. Today is an opportunity to be philosophical and to look beyond the fog of uncertainty in the current environment and to begin to reimagine a very different future. This is not about denying the very difficult challenges our country and indeed all countries are now facing. It is about thinking through how we can overcome these obstacles and best position ourselves for the new challenges and opportunities on the horizon. I thank you for your engagement, and I look forward to hearing an in-depth account of the varied and insightful discussions that will take place. Thank you again for your participation today, and I will now hand back to Professor Barrett, who is chairing the event. Thank you very much indeed.